Well, happy 2022, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I'm Keith Armour. I'm the Education and Homework Support Manager down here at the main library near the Adult Learning Center. Now, it is amazing that it is 2022. I went to a lot of holiday functions this past holiday season, and a lot of people have a tendency, because they know that I work at the library, to ask library type questions. And luckily, I know most of the answers, but sometimes I do not. However, I'm going to show you today the frequently asked questions and also show you a treasure trove of all the different kind of questions that we get here at the library. Plus, I'm going to show you some resources where you can get some instant answers for questions as well, and how you can just give us a phone call, you can text, you can give us an email. I'm going to show you all the different ways that you can get your answers to your frequently asked questions. All right, so let's dive in today's Lunch and Learn. Well, all right, we've arrived at our website, cincinnatilibrary.org. We're going to come right up here, and it usually says catalog, and you can do keyword and all that. We're going to come right here and go down to FAQs. When we click on FAQs, the little search bar, that first one changes. You can type in any kind of question here. I'm just going to go ahead and click right there. And you can see that these are some of the frequent questions. But before we go there, I do want to point out up here in the top banner, whenever we have a special announcement, we like to put them right there on our website, and it goes throughout the entire website. So you'll see these two banners. This week at the library, we are going to be open just 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. at all of our locations. And that's just to kind of keep things together, because we really do not want to close. We also have a banner up here about the COVID-19 test kits. We have given out over 100,000 in the past during 2021, and we'll continue to do that as we get them from the Ohio Department of Health, and then they're freely distributed. I did find out last week that when we do have them, there's a limit of 4, because we want to try to help as many households as possible. But before you head to one of our branch drive-throughs, because that's where we're distributing them, make sure you check the website or give us a call at 513-369-6900 to find out about them. All right. So here we have one of the questions about how we no longer collect fees or fines for overdue items, and how does that work, and it's right there. And that, of course, was during the August 10th meeting of the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library Board of Trustees. They made sure that that was effective in September of last year. And then we also have I love this question here. How do you borrow material from another library in Ohio? And that is what is great about being part of these two groups. We clicked on that question, and here's the question right here. And here is all of the answers that go with that. And actually, what happens is there are 2 ways that you can get materials from different libraries in Ohio. We're a group, a coalition of 140 Ohio public and academic libraries. So Search Ohio is the group for the Ohio public libraries, and Ohio Link is the group of Ohio's college and university libraries, and also with the State Library of Ohio. And you click on each one of these and you can find out about how it works, what type of material can be borrowed, and look at it: books, audiobooks, CDs, and DVDs. And there are times where I've gotten a book from an academic library because I was researching something, and it really came in handy, and I did not realize that service until I started working at the library. So I'm letting you in on that right now. You can request the process time. It does take about 3 to 5 days for that item, and sometimes it can take up to 5 to 7 days. So just keep that in mind. The only thing that's a little bit not as generous as our library system is, of course, you can borrow the items just for 21 days. Now, Ohio Link audiobooks and CDs can be borrowed for just 7 days. So keep that in mind. Renewing the items, as long as there aren't any holds on them, you can. But if there are holds, then you do have to return the items. But here are all of the information. And I think so many people don't realize that we're part of that. And that's what Search Ohio is, searching for all of the different libraries, the public libraries in Ohio, and of course Ohio Link with all of the college and university libraries that are part of this coalition. So I just think that's a really great way to get an additional amount of material that might not necessarily be in our huge collection that we have with Cincinnati and Hamilton County. I'm going to go back, and here's that information about meals. We served close to 100,000 meals. I think I've got that number totally wrong. I think it's 400. I think the last count was right around 500,000 meals. So you can find out about that. One of my other things that I really love is when I'm looking at the catalog and I realize, oh, wait, we don't have that. And I don't see it in Search Ohio or Ohio Link, or I think it's an item that I really think should be in our collection here at Cincinnati and Hamilton County. So you click here and you can suggest those titles. Remember, it bounces there and then it shows you exactly how to do it. It'll show you on our catalog how to actually get in there and actually make a suggestion. And what's even more fun is that when you make that suggestion, you can also have it automatically put on hold for you once that item is in our collection. And then with each one of these, you can also print this answer. So if I just want to know the answer to how to do this, how to request a purchase of an item, I can go right ahead and print this out and then follow the directions. Now, I want to point out all of these things over here on the right, because once we search for a question, you'll notice here's the frequently asked questions, and these are by category. I love the very first one. It's the top questions. Let's take a look at the top questions. Here they are. Where's the E branch? What's the facility master plan, and what are the priorities? What's my PIN? That is one of the biggest questions we get. The PIN is your personal identification number. We always seem to suggest that you use the last 4 digits of your phone number, so you might want to try that. If you cannot figure out your PIN, you want to, of course, call us at that number right there. They're not going to be able to tell you the PIN, but they will be able to reset it. Now, you will have to provide some additional personal information so then they know that it truly is you. Or you can, of course, go to your local branch and they can change the PIN for you as well. Once again, they're not going to be able to tell you your PIN. The very first thing they'll say is, well, have you tried the last 4 digits of your phone number? And you'll say, yes, I've tried that. And then they'll say, well, I can reset it. And then go ahead and reset your PIN. Okay? So those are some of the top questions right here. How do you check out an ebook and how do I access it? And each one of these has different directions right here for you. Okay? Now, if we go over here to my account, now these are the top questions. If I go to my account, a whole nother series of general questions. Here's suggesting a purchase again here. And I've created, do I have to create an account with BiblioCommons? BiblioCommons is our website. That's the best way to describe it. And of course, there's a classic catalog here as well. There's service during COVID-19. A lot of people had a lot of different questions about that. So we provided all of that information here. We are still providing passport service, and you can go directly to our passport page, and you'll notice that we are providing passport service at all of these locations. And of course, you have to bring certain items with the appointment. And then of course, you need to complete the application. And all of this information is right here. A lot of people don't realize we do that. Now, there is a fee that's associated with that. That's not a library fee. That is the fee to actually process the passport. So keep that in mind. And as we move down, catalog, website, and apps, we have a whole bunch of different apps here. We have a lot of our own library mobile app, and then also things that you can't find in the catalog. How many titles can I suggest a month? If you're going to suggest items to be purchased, how many titles can you suggest a month? You can suggest up to 30 titles per month. Wow, I didn't realize that. And here's that question: how do I borrow material from another library? And here's that information again. If I scroll down, here's all the different frequently asked questions about our library cards. So how do I apply for a library card? Using your library card. Does the library offer curbside pickup? Well, yes, we're still continuing to do that, even though our buildings are open. There's that pen. How long do I keep library materials? I'm going to click on that. Here's a long list. Now for Overdrive and Libby, you can keep it 7, 14, or 21 days. Audiobooks from Hoopla is 21 days, but Hoopla music and movies, well, they're different. Hoopla is 7 days for music, and then Hoopla 3 days for movies. And Canopy, which I watched a movie this past weekend on Canopy, that's 72 hours, and you could start it, and then if you get a little tired like I do, you can stop it and then restart it the next day. Okay? So there's a whole bunch of information on here. Here's a whole section on just books and ebooks. And our apps available for my digital devices. We've got a whole bunch of apps. I'm going to click on this page right here. Of course, we have our app for our library system. So you can do all sorts of different things. You can search the library catalog. You can check out and even renew books, audiobooks, movies, and TV shows. And you can also look at all the things that are happening. This is very handy because sometimes I just freeze up and I forget what my library card is, and you can actually see a digital library card there, so you have the numbers right in front of you. And of course, for ebooks and audiobooks, we have these apps. And remember, they are available on the Apple devices and also any Android devices through Google Play. You can stream music. You can do the magazines. There's all sorts of different magazines that are just unbelievable amount that you can do. And then there's that Canopy that I was talking about. I have watched a few movies on Hoopla, but I love Canopy. Well, Hoopla also. Hoopla and Canopy, both I am able to watch actually on my TV through streaming onto my TV. So those are great ones to check out. And then of course our e-learning is down here too. I'm going to click back. And moving down, you can go to audiobooks and all of the frequent questions here. And then of course, right here, can I burn Overdrive ebooks to a CD? Let's find the answers. Yes, many can be burned to a CD. So if you get an audiobook and you really like it, many of them can be burned to a CD. I did not know that answer. How long are Overdrive loan periods? Once again, You get to select if it's 7, 14, or 21. And then moving down to Hoopla, can I burn audiobooks to CDs? The answer is no. Very quickly, no. For audiobooks on Hoopla, don't forget when you are finished with that book, or if you're not finished with that book, you just have to wait until that period is over and you could renew it again as long as you still have some credits. All right, can I renew titles to be renewed on? Titles cannot be renewed. However, they're not technically renewed on Hoopla because I just made that announcement. However, they can be rechecked out. So they're not renewed, they're checked out. And a lot of times it will save the spot where you are. Can you place holds on Hoopla titles? They're always available, so you don't have, that's what I really like about Hoopla, you do not have to. I was able to check out a lot of Christmas music during the last couple of weeks because they were always available. I always had them. The magazines and newspapers that we have, I'm going to do a whole lunch and learn about the newspapers and magazines that we have. But here's all of the frequently asked questions there. The streaming movies and TV, streaming music and research databases, and then just some general frequently asked questions about our library. And you can see right here, we do have faxing service that's totally free. We also have copying for free. And we're really committed to making sure the technology is available for you. All right. So remember, once again, when you go to the main page, I'm going to wait for it to clock in. There we go. You come right up here in the search. You change from catalog to FAQs, and then you can either type in your question here or you can hit search. Now, you can also go right over here in the blue banner, click there, and these are other ways that you can get your answers, your frequently asked questions answered, and that is by chatting with a librarian. That's our chat feature, and it's available 24 hours a day. You can text us at this number, 513-449-2275. You can, of course, visit any of our branches, our 41 locations, including our downtown library, which all the services are in the North Building. You can give us a call, and remember, you have to use the area code now, 513-369-6900. You can even set up a 30-minute meeting with a librarian, and you just fill out this easy form right here. You can do all sorts of different things. This is just a popular things that happen, but you fill out all this information. You tell us your preferred time, even your location and the date, and then you submit it, and then someone gets back to you within about 48 hours to set up an appointment for you. And then the last thing you've got, send your question by email. All right. So when you need frequently asked questions, you can of course do any of these here or check out our FAQ page. All right. I'm going to click out, tell you a few more things, and call it a day. Well, all right. So next time you see me at a function, you're more than happy to come up and ask me a question. But if you have those frequently asked questions, you know where to find them on our website. You also know that you can text us, you can also email us, and you can also call us at 513-369-6900. And you can look at those top questions all day long. It could take you a whole day to look at all the different kind of questions we have about your account and all sorts of different things. Now, don't forget, we have provided a lot of COVID test kits. However, there is a limited supply, and right now, as of this Lunch and Learn, we do not have any. But you can always give us a call at 513-369-6900, or look at our website, and it will show right at the very top if we have any COVID test kits available. All right. So I will see you for next week's Lunch and Learn. Thanks. Have a good day.